Hey, Pump Down and friends, welcome back to another update. So, what do we have going on here today? It was pretty sweet. So, the levels given to you last night, really sweet, if I do say so myself. This discount fair value gap here. Now, it wasn't quite clear to me how far it was wanted retrace. So I gave you specific price points where I would be looking for price to want to reverse from. Here and here, and possibly if it wanted to reach down into here, which clearly it didn't, down into that liquidity void. But we'll maybe save that for later. Maybe that'll be the next bear market low. Who knows? But we are in turbo mode. So I was mentioning how I would like to see maybe some down movement, kind of an outside trading candle. If we were to trade up off of the discount fair value gap here, then to wipe out the previous day's high. So just showing you the amount of precision that we get from the things that we do here. So this morning, and this is on Twitter, my setup from this morning, I had just noticed that London's kill zone had met requirements and price started trending upward. So you'll see that my trade from this morning was this little fair value gap here I keyed off of. And my exit was the new week opening gaps low. Not exactly looking for a home run, just a payday, and it was a great payday. So just a nice, easy streak, bottom to high, very good. And then the PM session, I busted out my AMP account, and I was looking for buy side liquidity to get run out, just like it's doing literally right now. So, oh no, I lost mouse. We'll see if I can cheat it. I don't know if it'll work while it's on. And plugged in. Dang it. Oh, you gotta love the magic mouse. All right, let's see what's going on here. Do we got mouse connection? Let's turn this on. Yay, Anchor to the rescue. All right. I'm back at her. Sorry, guys. So PM session going on up here. As price was digging into this propulsion block, I was really interested after seeing a 5-minute swing low materialize in here. And you'll see I have my limit order here. And I was entered. It started to work its way up, tagged out my last order, my second last order here, and my runner was right here. So had I wanted to hold overnight, I could have, but I don't do that. So my target was acquired. Sometimes you'll go through this where you can see the run on liquidity, or because our day actually ends at midnight, there's still time between 6 p.m. and midnight for the rest of the day to play out. But the, New York session ends at 4:59 p.m. or 5 p.m., right? So like you can use the candles close at 5 p.m. or if you want to hold overnight and still see your targets met, you can wait till midnight. And I don't suggest anybody hold overnight if you trade live accounts. The margins can change instantly without notice, like what it requires for you to hold overnight. So say you're in with like 5 contracts, but you only have like a $4,000 account, you're getting liquidated immediately because you don't have enough margin. Because sometimes you have to do like $1,500 a contract, right? For a micro, and it's like 17 grand for a mini. It's crazy. So like anyway, and even if you only have one micro, and price decides to gap open, well, you don't have enough to withstand that. Like, it's just recommended not to do it. I kind of seen this afternoon being really lethargic and not very much fun, so I just kind of left it alone. We'd already met massive requirements for the day. That ended up being the top of the day here. Consequent encroachment of that weekly fair value gap. And this afternoon was just, the 20 to 30% retracement for the day. Maybe it wanted to grand finale before the dailies close. It did not. It started to want to. You gotta love it. But there we go. So target acquired anyway. And so those were the 2 trades for today. That's basically the analysis playing out really sweet. So what next, huh? Well, order flow is clearly bullish, so I'm not getting in the way of this freight train. Everybody in their dog is shorting right now. They've already been sold a line, and the people who have stated it all publicly and refused to be wrong, they would rather be, right or wrong than profitable and flip directions. So I still see price action wanting to run up real hard. If we stay above the midway point here, tomorrow morning I would be looking to key off of this. So I'm going to consider this the protected low for the week and consider the bottoms in, and that we have something much more bullish unfolding here. So what would I be aiming for? Well, this is the week fair value gap, the weekly fair value gap here. So we're in the daily time frame. So I'm going to go with the premium of that weekly fair value gap and just grab this sucker here and draw that out. Now I'm going to look for this to get flipped into support. So that's my goal with this specific gap here. So that's why it's going to be blue. this already beautiful. So now that we're taking the swing high from here, that was materialized. So I was mentioning last night, I don't know how deep we're going to go. And if we're in turbo mode, we'll just want to run that out. No issues. That looks to be happening now. So I would expect that price would want to expand higher and close in and around. I would like it to be above the upper quadrant. If it wants to be above the midway point, sure, that would show us some real-time strength. But just anywhere in between in here would be great. Whatever, just anywhere in between here would be awesome. And then Wednesday, because this will be Tuesday's candle, so Wednesday do a whole bag of nothing. Okay, so I'll have two expansions, one compression, and then another expansion to finish the job and start running into. If you remember, this was the lowest out of the what I would consider the double top or relative equal highs. So I chose that one for an exit for an intraday target. So once it starts running up the all-time high, this is where I'd be peeling something off. I really don't know how far we're going to get up into this premium market tomorrow. There's no Fed folders. I'm surprised today did what it did. And I'm being honest, like I'm shocked. I'm like, wow, good job NASDAQ. I guess we go up now. This means goodness for altcoins. This means goodness for our long-term positions because we want it to continue on. Hey, I love you too. Thank you. What's up, Busta? Yeah. So we'll worry about this stuff once because we got, like, how big is this range going to be? You know, it's Tuesday. It's got an immediate price rebalance here already. It looks like it wants to flip out. So we'll just see. But this blue box here, this is just what I'm aiming for right now. So I'm going to take off that and this liquidity void as well, just because I'm considering the bottom in. This here is the fair value gap on the week. And that's our new week opening gap currently. So pretty cool. So you have basically what I'm looking for. Order flow is bullish. So basically, like, when I wake up in the morning, like today, it was literally 6:29 my time, but 9:29 EST. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, what's going on in here that happened? And this is the levels that I gave you last night. So I'm looking at that and I'm going, oh, look at that. Idiot box right here. It grabs the low, wham, and it starts leaving the purple shaded area. So now it's showing its hand to me. Is it SR flipping it to the downside? No, it left it to the upside. So go long. And then all of a sudden, wham, it like sucks it right to the new week opening gap. Boom. And then SR flipped the midway point right there. Boom. That's what I'd be looking for tomorrow up here. So depending on what we do, I would use that as a means to get long if we touch that tomorrow. So again, very weird. We've just taken a giant pool of liquidity here pretty viciously. So there could be a pullback, but who knows? It looks like it's in turbo mode and it's reaching for something really specific. So let it be obvious. Don't overdo it. Don't over leverage. It's not time to be, if you hit runners, then great. You got a home run, but don't expect it every day, especially this week with all this lack of Fed folders. It really kind of throws things in for a loop, especially when you have 5 weeks in May. It just doesn't give us what we're used to. Especially, we just had it made the last few weeks. after going through weeks of pain and a lot of learning about ourselves. So it's okay. Everything we do here is a very good experience. If you don't mind, can you explain the overnight thing? Well, yeah, you have to have $1,500 to hold a micro overnight. So you know how you put up $100 in margin for a micro during the day? Oh, depending on your broker, mine requires $100 in your account to launch a micro. All right, so you're going to deploy a micro into the market. You need $100 in your account to do it. If you're deploying a mini, you need like 15 grand or something. It depends on your broker. Some are really expensive. If you are holding overnight, well, your margin is like 150x or something. Like, it's crazy, bro. You got to have a certain amount of money in your account to hold your positions overnight. And if you have 5 mics or even 4 micros at $1,500, well, that's 6 grand. If you have 4 grand in your account, you're liquidated. You getting a call from your broker, hey, buddy, you not know how this works, and you're going to be like, oh, no, I don't. Can you give me a redo? And they're going to be like, no, you owe us money now. Yep, be careful. Know what you're doing. Don't hold overnight. Don't have any orders open at all. Yeah. You're old good too. I listened. All right. Well, thank you, Busted Crypto. Well, I'd love to hang out all night, but it's Asia, and Asia's pretty lame usually. So I'll be using whatever happens tonight at midnight for my deviations below the market. Okay. What is it? It's not even 8 p.m. yet. Perfect. So study this Asian session tonight and use its deviations to figure out where we're gonna bottom tomorrow. And my guess is here. If we're gonna trade beyond below this, I'm just gonna use the new week opening gap. Very simple. It'll be obvious to you, or it won't. What's up, everybody? Jesse's here? Where is he? I don't see him. Yeah. What's up? Shout out Ray Villa. Shout out Physio After Hours, Mystic Flowers. Love you, bro. And Busta Crypto. God bless you all. Thank you all for joining. Have a great rest of your evening, and don't do it too hard. Just right. Peace out.